Welcome back to another 90 Day Fiancé recap. We need to talk about The Last Resort, episode 4. It was insane. It was so funny. I am enjoying the show so much more than I thought I would, and I don't know what that says about me. Maybe that means I'm bottom of the barrel garbage, but you know what? Then so be it. I have not laughed like that watching a show in so long. It was hilarious. What the fork? Okay. I already know that this is probably going to get demonetized. I can't figure out how to recap this episode and make it YouTube friendly. I feel like it's going to be impossible. So I'm going to do my best to try to use alternate words and you guys can try to figure it out. But at some point, I don't know. We're obsessed with TLC and all the trashy reality TV. It's a recap. It's a recap. It's a recap. Last week, we left off with Ed and Liz getting into yet another fight about Ed not taking the therapy session seriously, and Liz needs him to be 100% in it. Please take this seriously because I want to save our relationship, and you're just making a joke out of everything. So she's fed up, and he's like, okay, Liz, I'm going to try my best. All right. The next morning, Ed is really sucking up to her. She is over it. I mean, I looked at her face, and every time I saw her facial expression, I laughed my ass off because she just looked so done. She was just like... He was like, wow, you're looking really beautiful today, Liz. And she's just like, yeah, whatever.
You gonna bring your coffee? No. That's a good color on you, baby.
Now, Yara and Jovi, they talk about baby number 2 again. And Yara says she's not going to be ready anytime soon. So she's going to stay on the birth control until she feels ready. Now, Jovi's not happy. He wants to have baby number 2 ASAP. He's like, I want to have a baby before I'm 40. Like, I don't want to be an old dad. I want to raise my kids and live the rest of my life. Bro, chill. You're 33, okay? That means Yara has 7 more years until she can go off birth control. So, like, shut up.
I say minimum when my first child will be 4 years, I would want to.
Minimum? Okay, so what does that mean? When it gets to that point, are you going to say, no, let's wait till 5, let's wait till 6, let's wait till 7? I don't want to wait until I'm 40. At that point, I want to be, starting to enjoy you.
Okay, I'm going to tell you like this.
I forgot how annoying he could be. Oh, but in this episode, I'm reminded again why I don't like him. Now it's time for another group activity, and we're going to talk about SEX. In the beginning of the episode, before it even started, it gives you a warning that says, the following program is rated TV MA and is intended only for mature audiences. It contains explicit sexual content and strong language. Viewer discretion is advised. Dun 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 dun. They have a guest for this group activity, and her name is Reba, and she's an SEX educator. So they're all going to learn about intimacy and what their partner needs and wants and how to make things better. Each couple walks in and they choose a table to sit at.
In the beginning, I felt bad for Liz, but I don't because she keeps running to him, so that's on her.
Yep. I think that's how we all feel, right? Now remember, Liz told Ed to start taking the therapy exercises seriously. What does he do? As soon as Reba starts talking, he's like,
I have a question. Where do babies come from?
Really?
Maybe teach you some things that you didn't know about yourself or your partner.
I have a question. Where do babies come from?
Giggity.
Nobody's laughing. Crickets. Everybody's over his shenanigans.
I am like not in the mood for jokes at all.
Where do babies come from?
Like, look at Liz. She looks so over it. Now, if you look in the front of the room, by Reba, there's a bowl of fruits and vegetables. And so Reba's like, don't worry, everyone. We're not going to have you like demonstrate anything. Like, we're not going to have you put a cucumber in your mouth, okay? We're not MILF Manor over here. We're a lot more classier. And then freaking Ed is like,
have you seen the size of Jovi's mouth? He could fit that whole cucumber in there sideways.
I can't believe he went for Jovi's both. Now, I have to say, Asuelu, he was like the best student. He was so eager to learn. He took every opportunity to ask questions and to absorb all the information he could so he could be less selfish in bed and make Kalani forget all about her hall pass. Yeah, it's a little too late, but you know what? I really appreciated his enthusiasm to learn. So they talk about and apparently Asuelu got when he was 15 years old. Okay, not a baby where they forget everything. They can't even remember how much it hurt. He was 15. And as a way to like heal the wound, you know, post-op, they had to go into the ocean water and then like have the salt water clean and disinfect, I guess. And then they also had to clap their hands next to their ding-a-ling so that the fish and the sea monsters wouldn't like attack it. That sounds horrifying, like so intense, so scary. Also at 15, you remember everything. Oh my God. So everyone has a question that they want to ask Reba.
How to make my big. How to make myself last.
That was me.
No kidding.
Because there are some other people, they have bigger and some other people have small.
Where are you pointing?
Now, Reba says not every woman likes a large ding-dong. And I have to say, a lot of women agree with that. Bigger does not mean better. There's something called the husbandee, and that is real. Now, this part was actually very educational for me because I had no idea about this, but my goodness, I'm going to try my best to make this part YouTube friendly. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So for the male, there is another spot or another way that they can complete. And what did she say? So she said when the ding dong releases all the whipped cream, okay? You know how the ding dong shrivels up and it gets small and it gets like flaccid and it's like a deflated balloon, right? And they can't go again during that period using their sausage. And that period is called the refractory period. However, the prostate, we're going to call that the walnut. So the walnut is between the back door and behind the belly button. I think that's what she said. And that is basically the male spot. And that spot, or the walnut, does not have a refractory period. So they can essentially use that to go again and again and again and again and again. Now, the most common way to access the walnut is through the back door. And all the men are like, ugh, like that doesn't sound fun. But there's another way to access it. And it's when
And I can just put a little upward pressure.
So when Reba talks about how you can go again and again and again, Liz is like, I wonder how that feels.
And again, and again, and again, without having to take a break.
I would love to know how that feels.
Now, the next exercise is she wants everybody to rate their experience with their partners and tell us why. So Asuelu says he gives it a 10. Kalani says she's not really comfortable sharing, and I felt like that was super nice of her. Yeah, so I'm going to guess it's probably like a 0 or a 1. And also she noted that when she thinks about Asuelu in that manner, like she gets grossed out. So I think it's safe to say Kalani is 100,000% over it. Now it's Kelly's turn, and Kelly's like, well, we're not experiencing anything together, so I have no comment. And Molly was like, well, when we used to experience the experience together, I would rate it an 8. And everyone's like, ooh, okay, an 8? That's pretty damn good.
Rappers, we was like just barbarians battling in bed, just sweat.
We was not in there. That's because we're fat.
I know, but I remember licking the sweat off of you, and I was like, yeah, baby.
Because we're both out of breath.
Reba's like, do you guys still find each other attractive? And Kelly says yes. And Molly basically says no. Molly, I'm telling you guys, Molly is over it. She does not even like him, I don't think. And she says again about how when he was a cop, he was so powerful and so sexy, and she was so attracted to that. But now he's not a cop, so she doesn't really find him attractive. Like, he doesn't do anything, and that's not attractive to her. But like, can the man enjoy his retirement? Give him like a little bit of time to adjust. I don't know. I feel like if I were working that many years and I finally retired, I'm not in a rush to find the next thing and to like go, 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 go. Give me like a month to relax, enjoy my life, do nothing for a little bit. Now it's Ed and Liz's turn. Ed is like,
In the beginning, it was like an 11, but now it's a 5.
and Liz agrees. She says her main issue is she can't just stop in the middle of the experience and give him time to catch his breath before getting back into it.
How to still be a when your partner has to take multiple breaks. Okay.
Why did I feel bad for Ed in this moment? Because it's not that I feel bad for Ed. It's that I feel bad for the embarrassment. You know what I mean? It's like secondhand embarrassment. I just don't like when people are embarrassed, even if they are a shitty person like Ed and Angela. It just makes me feel embarrassed, so I don't like it, if that makes sense. But what does that even mean? What do you mean he has to stop to catch his breath? Like, is he going at it and then he has to stop and go, oh my God, I can't breathe. Okay, give me 5 minutes. And he has to calm down. And then he has to go at it again? Like, that would suck. Then Liz says, you know what? I'd rather just do it myself. I'd rather experience the experience myself. And so the lady's like, well, can you share with Ed how you do your experience so that he knows what to do with you? And she's like, honestly, no. It's just better that I do it myself because he's always out of breath.
I'm not someone to just like stop and give you like 5 or 10 minutes to catch your breath. He gets out of breath so fast.
Why does she have to say that in front of everybody? And you know it's true because Ed is speechless. He's just like, I felt kind of bad because I felt like she was kind of body shaming him. And and I don't want to feel bad for Ed, but I do feel bad that he felt body shamed because they were talking in their interview scene about, he was like, yeah, I did get out of shape because I had surgery and, I got to get back and it's just been a few weeks and I'm going to go back. And Liz was like, come on, it's been a few months. And he's like, a few weeks. This seems to be something that they do when they fight. They body shame each other. Do you guys remember last season when they had that big fight when they were about to get married and stuff? And they were calling each other fat and they were telling each other to lose weight, get back in shape. Like, you need to stop eating nachos from the gas station. And you need to stop eating TV dinners. Like, look at you. It's bad. Like, that's so mean. Now it's Yara and Jovi, and I feel like everybody can agree they're probably fine. They seem like they have no problems. Yara rates it an 8, but Jovi rates it a 6. And he's saying it's because they don't have the experience enough. And this was when I was reminded of what a Jovi is. He was like, Yara always wants something romantic and, I just don't have the time to do it. Like, why should I have to do something nice every single time we want to have the experience? And I'm like, really? Really, dude? Wow, you can't do something nice for your frickin' wife?
For her, she wants something romantic or something special.
Yeah, because it's not enjoyable.
But I don't think I should have to go out of my way specifically to do something nice for you to have sex, like to just...
Why does he think it's so much effort to have to do something nice before the experience? It's not that freaking hard. It's not like you have to book a flight to Paris and get a restaurant in front of the Eiffel Tower. Yara told him, I want to be wooed. I want the romance. That's how I get in the mood. And he's like, I shouldn't have to do that. I would love to know how he proposed. Hopefully he put some effort into that. Reba assigns homework to each couple. So for Ed and Liz, they're gonna have to try to turn each other on without the full experience. You catch my drift? For Asuelu and Kalani, they have to have the experience by themselves, separately, and they have to find out what they like, how they can reach the full potential of their experience and explore their own bodies in ways they haven't before. Jovi and Yara were assigned to cuddle, and I thought that was great advice because they're really lacking the care, the intimacy, the romance. So this cannot lead to the full experience, according to Reba. They just need to cuddle. Molly and Kelly have a pretty simple assignment. They're supposed to figure out what turns them on and what turns them off. Now, personally, I don't understand why they're getting any homework or an assignment because there's literally no point, but I guess for the show's sake, they're giving them something to do. Group therapy is over, and Ed, you can hear him blowing up at Liz for embarrassing him in front of everybody. He's like,
Why did you have to say that in front of everybody? You embarrassed me, Liz.
and Liz was like, Ed, I told you to take group therapy seriously, and you kept making jokes around. You kept poking the bear and poking it, and I got fed up.
Babe, I'm pissed because you kept throwing missiles at me.
It wasn't
That's not
throwing
fair.
missiles. I'm
You
being
were intentionally
honest.
trying to embarrass me.
No, I wasn't. I'm
yeah,
being
you were.
honest.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was.
No one else was complaining about their spouse.
Shut up.
Now, for some reason, Angela and Michael have a private session with Reba because they're long distance. Now, I was like, what? Why do they get a private session? And then the non-couples like Asuelu and Kalani and Molly and Kelly have to like join the group. That's weird. But I guess there was a reason for the private sesh because Reba brought in toys that are Bluetooth operated with an app that Michael has control of, and Angela has the toy, if you get what I mean. Right? Yeah. That was all of America yesterday. Now, Michael, he's still going on about how he doesn't rub his rubber ducky, which I absolutely do not believe. Like, no. There's no way. I think he's just saying that because he's on TV and it goes against his religious beliefs. But in my opinion, Michael absolutely rubs his rubber ducky. Asuelu says every time he rubs his duck, something bad happens to him.
I don't really like fufu. That's what we call in Samoa because sometimes I get bad luck. For example, I was go play volleyball and I break my ankle after I did that.
Why is he just so funny? Like he doesn't have to be doing anything. You just look at him and you laugh. Now, Ed and Liz, they have a more productive conversation, and Ed apologizes for not taking the group activity seriously. He talks about how he uses humor in awkward situations to make himself feel better.
I'm going to try not to tear you down, and you're going to try very hard to be serious.
Serious. Yes. I love you.
Love you too.
Now it's time for everybody to do their homework. Yeah, and guess what? We get to watch.
There you are, honey.
It's working. Oh my God, you guys. We had to watch Angela walk all funny.
Look how I'm walking. Can you imagine an apple?
Like she had to take the biggest, fattest shit. And she was all wobbling like this. And she was running into her bed and got under her covers.
Let me get comfortable, honey.
And Michael was on the iPad. And he was controlling her toy.
Stop! Wait a minute. Don't play games, Michael. Do it slowly.
And we had to watch her. And we had to watch her go, ah! Like it was so gross.
Stop! Oh, I can't breathe. Hold on, Michael.
I think we were all traumatized. And we're going to build TLC for all of our therapy sessions. Now, Jovi and Yara, I don't know what happened. They were supposed to cuddle, but Yara got all flirty. Like they were about to pounce on each other any moment. They definitely banged. Ed and Liz get in bed to do their homework. And then the scene ends with Ed asking Liz to tickle his walnut. And then Asuelu. Oh my God. I don't know what he was doing in the room by himself. He was just like really enjoying himself. He was dancing. He was in the mood. He was like caressing that wall painting. I could not stop laughing. I did a reaction video on it. I'm going to post it to my other channel, Thoughts and Prayers, by the way. I know a lot of people are like, who is this? Like, why are you copying Poe? No, it's my other channel. And I started it with, like, I would do funny edits. A lot of it was TLC, 90 Day Fiancé, and then like just random social video, viral videos. And I know a lot of people who started to follow that channel are upset that I'm not doing edits anymore, but that's just the way it is. So if you want to watch reaction videos, go to that channel and I'll post the ones for this episode either tomorrow or the day after. But yeah, it was so funny. And towards the end, the screen blurred. What does that mean? Does that mean that his sausage was exposed? Like, I don't know why they had to blur it. Molly and Kelly were not able to do their homework, so the next morning they met up for some extra therapy. And at this point, not even at this point, we knew a long time ago that this was never going to work. We knew when Molly was complaining about Kelly over and over and over again, and she was just saying the same things over and over again. So they're sitting down, and Molly says again that she was so attracted to him when he had a powerful job and he was going to work and doing things. And then after he retired, when she would ask him, so what are you doing today, Kelly? And he was like, nothing. That drove her nuts. She was so turned off. She didn't like it. It drove her crazy. Then Kelly says again about how he changed his whole entire life for her and she never showed him that she loved him. And then Molly said, well, he has no respect for me as a mother, a business owner. She really needed him to take some things off of her plate, and he never did that. Now, Kelly gets extremely emotional, and his tears, they're not like Big Ed's tears. They're not Asuelu's tears. These were deep, heavy tears. Like he had suppressed so much pain and hurt, and it was releasing.
She is wrong.
Listen, brother, it's gonna
She
be
is
okay.
wrong,
Listen.
man. I don't need this. Oh. I went against all my beliefs for her. I changed everything for her. I don't want to be with a person like that. I'm not safe. I'm not secure. I don't want to be with a person like that. No. She did me wrong, man.
Listen, neither of them went into details of what they're talking about, but knowing what we know, I'm pretty sure it has to do with Olivia. The retreat happened just a few weeks after the whole thing with Olivia happened. If you don't know who Olivia is, she is Molly's daughter. And if you don't know what happened with Olivia, basically she accused Kelly of physically assaulting her or choking her at Molly and Cynthia's store. So she called the cops, filed a police report, and when she was asked to prove it, because the store has CCTV footage and security cameras, Olivia said that she wasn't able to get it. And then she accused Cynthia of deleting the footage or getting rid of the security footage from that day. So that's why everybody broke up. Molly and Kelly broke up, and Cynthia and Molly are no longer friends. Now, it was also revealed that Olivia had sent racist messages to Kelly. Also, Olivia was arrested twice. Once for physically assaulting Molly when they got into a fight in their house. And then a second time was for possession of fentanyl. So that's the TLDR on what happened with them. They don't specifically mention it in this episode, but I have a really good feeling this is what it's all about. It makes sense as to why Kelly said he doesn't feel safe, he doesn't feel secure, he went against all his beliefs for her. They're never going to be on the same page. They're never going to see eye to eye. I feel like what they went through and what happened with Olivia is just like, how do you come back from that? Molly just keeps going at him. She says he's not able to take care of me physically, mentally, emotionally, sexually, and then he gets up and walks away.
Kelly,
I can't deal with a liar. I can't. And I'm done.
He just seemed really hurt and like he was in a lot of pain. And I do believe he came on the show to try to figure out what went wrong and how they can fix it. But I don't think Molly came here for the same reason. I think she just wanted her paycheck. She wants nothing to do with Molly or Kelly. I feel like their scenes are so uncomfortable to watch because the show's kind of like forcing them to talk. It's best if they go their separate ways. And it's just uncomfortable. I feel like Kelly doesn't deserve this. He doesn't need to be forced into having a conversation with Molly, the woman that he thinks betrayed him so much. And hurt him so badly, you know? I was gonna say I hope to see Kelly on The Single Life, but I don't think Kelly would even be down for the show. He just seems like he's not here to play around. He wanted to find true love, and that was with Molly, but he's not really into the whole TV fame thing. Oh, I was also thinking, I wonder if Asuelu is going to be on The Single Life, because he would be so fun to watch. Oh my God. And he has his crazy family, his crazy mother and his sister, those nutcases.
Hey, come here. Come here, Kalani. No, please. Kalani, come here. Please, wait till I see you. I'm gonna beat you up.
Well, that's all I have for the recap for The Last Resort, Season 1, Episode 4. It was an epic episode. It was hilarious. It was funny. I can't wait until next week because I'm absolute disgusting trash. If you want to support me on Patreon, it's patreon.com/mythoughts. I'm covering 90 Day UK there. All right, you guys, have a wonderful day. Bye.